You'd like to be a professional speaker, but you're not sure you're ready. Our next speaker, Jim Emery, a voice coach for singers and speakers, shares some probing questions he's still asking himself in Confessions of a Non-Professional Speaker. Please welcome vocal Jim Emery.
Thank you, Kent. So today's meeting is all about being a professional speaker. And the first speech is called Confessions of a Non-Professional Speaker. So what's up with that? Well, non-professional doesn't necessarily mean unprofessional, and I hope I can demonstrate that today. But I am in the same camp as probably a number of you are, considering being a professional speaker. I do speak in public, but I would not consider myself a pro in the career sense of that. And the reason why is I'm working through a number of questions that I think that I want to have answers to myself before I feel comfortable saying, all right, I am really, truly now a pro and this is my career. So what I'm going to do this morning is simply share some of those questions with you. If you're struggling yourself, wondering whether this is a field you'd like to be part of, perhaps some of these questions are questions that you have too. So let me start right out with the big one. Do you really want to be a professional speaker? Now, there's no right answer to that. I mean, if you're here and your answer is no, that's just fine. Hopefully this morning will still be entertaining. If your answer is, well, maybe I'm trying to figure that out, I'm sure you'll get some answers this morning that will help you with that decision process. And if your answer is yes, let's get going, then hopefully there will be content this morning that will help you plot that path in your career. Probably one of the first questions that I ask is, well, why do you want to speak? Is it to pay the bills? I mean, is this a money thing for you? Is it to be famous? I have to admit that being well known has a little bit of attraction. That's not my primary motivation, but it's nice to be recognized for what I do and for what I speak on. Do you have a burning desire to share your message? Perhaps you have had some life experiences that you want to share with others and help them navigate those same life experiences. Or perhaps you want to speak just because it's fun. That's probably my biggest one. This is fun to get up and talk in front of people, and why not do that as a professional? Another question is, what value do you offer your audience? To some degree, that's a what kind of speaker are you? Are you a motivational speaker, inspiring all kinds of people to go on and do greater things? Are you an educational speaker? You have a set of skills that you want to share with others who would like to cultivate those skills as well. Are you an entertainment speaker? Lord knows those fun speakers after dinner are in demand all the time. So entertainment is a valid value to bring to your audience as well. Another question if you want to be a professional speaker is, how often do you want to speak? Once a week? Once a month? Twice a month, but summer's off? In order to plot your career, it's probably necessary that you really have an answer for that question. Is speaking the main thing for you, or is it the means to another end? Another way of asking that question is, on your business card, do you want it to say speaker as the main thing, or do you want it to say something else and your speaking is the means to that end, perhaps to coaching, perhaps to publishing, or any number of other things that speaking can help you with that other career? That's all internal looking. Now external looking. Who is your audience? What is the best type of audience for you? Is it professional associations or corporations, or maybe your community? And we've certainly learned in the pandemic era online. The YouTube world and the blogosphere, as Dot pointed out, is very healthy, and there are some great audiences there too. What is the best size of your audience? Are you in your element in a big ballroom or a big auditorium with hundreds of people? That can be a pretty heady existence, but if that's your element, that can be a great thing for you. On the other hand, maybe a somewhat smaller audience is a better fit for you, the kind that fit in hotel meeting rooms, maybe in the dozens, where you can see everyone's face, but you may not have time afterwards to shake everyone's hand and talk with them. Or maybe the best audience size for you is a more intimate audience size that meets in a community room, maybe 10 to 20 people. Or if you're an online speaker, maybe that doesn't matter, because the interaction online is significantly different than speaking in person. How many clients do you want to have? Do you prefer fewer clients with repeat business, perhaps once a month or once every 6 months or once a year? Or do you really want to have more clients so that you can carry your message further, but knowing that there's more logistical work to service a larger number of clients? What is your brand? That fun word, brand. I'd like to put it this way. What's your hook? That is, if somebody comes up and they see you and they say, I know you, you're the speaker. Can you fill in what is? All right, I can do that. This is really comfortable for me. I'm the vocal Jim. I'm the speaker that talks about voice and performance skills. But do you have a hook yourself that you're really comfortable with? Why are you here when you're speaking? What problem do you solve for your clients, and what need do you fill? It's important to know that if you want to get hired. And then that really tough question, what are you worth? Well, the first piece of that is, well, how good are you? And how do you know that? Do you know that just because your Toastmasters friends in your club tell you you're really good? Or do you have an independent way of evaluating that? Maybe you have some special expertise that makes you really good. Is that an expertise that people really want? And then, what do you charge? I think someone else is going to talk a lot about this later, so I won't spend time here. But you might want to ask yourself, does it matter? For me, it doesn't matter. I don't do this for money, but other people do. So does it matter? How do you pick a number? Do you know how to deal? All of those things that relate to charging. The final question, how do you promote yourself? I will reserve for another day. That's probably an hour-long presentation all on its own. Mr. Toastmaster.